Hello, welcome back to round two. This is Bill Claudsey on the play with our Sultide deck. The hand is not very fast yet, but it does have some prospects in a turn 3 Ashiok and Harmonize after that. And if that's not good enough, well, I don't know what is. Verdant Catacombs, just a little bit of thinning. Get rid of a land in our deck so we're less likely to draw land. And we really don't need any more land right now. So we could have waited till our opponent's turn, so they might fear more possibilities from our 1 mana, but that's fine. Yeah, best cards to draw here would be any of our 2-drops. We do have many of them, specifically like Wall of Roots and Wall of Blossoms. Channel's not really good here, but uh-oh, Gitaxian Probe. The nice part about them seeing this hand is that it doesn't really tell them much. They're going to see the Ashiok anyway, and drawing 3 cards, they don't know what the cards we're going to draw are. Well, to get a turn 3 Ashiok, we do need blue and black. So I do want to play one of those colors instead of trying anything tricky with Ancient Tomb. So sticking to the plan here. Opponent plays Mountain, basic Mountain. Our last opponent played blue-red aggressive stuff. They may have had a combo in there. They did have Pestermite, but we didn't see all of that. This could be a mono-red deck. It would be a little unlikely for them to be straight blue-red, but Gitaxian Probe doesn't tell you much about your opponent's deck, because any deck would play Gitaxian Probe, even if they couldn't make blue mana. In cube, anyway. Or I certainly would. I like this card. It is better when you can interact with your opponent's hand, like... What's going on here? Well, we do have stuff to talk about. It is better when you can interact with your opponent's hand, like if you have counter magic in your hand and play Gitaxian Probe, well, you know which turns you need to leave mana up. Like in this case, they need to counter our 3-drop or our 4-drop, so they leave their counterspell up for turn 3 and 4. Okay. What else? Well, they're capitulating over there. We're gonna take a look at the deck, featuring, you know, the main thing: channel Emrakul, channel Myr Battlesphere, add a Lightning Greaves to either of those, and that makes it more powerful. It also has channel with some later game plays, like the Villainous Wealth. Can do that for a lot. Oh, they're playing stuff. Red, black. Might be a Grixis deck, or it might just be an aggressive black-red deck. There's a what's it called? I'll definitely play at Ashiok here. Ashiok might die here, but it does mean it's soaking up 5 damage, 5 or 6 damage, depending if they have Lightning Bolt. Yeah, the black-red deck does have Olivia. Olivia is really nice because she's this vampire flyer thing that gets bigger when you pay red mana to do 1 damage to things. So you can keep doing that and pick off small creatures. The other thing she does is steal a creature, so after she does a damage to them, they turn into a vampire. Then she can steal a vampire. So it's kind of a slow mind control effect to take a big creature, but it does work on the Eldrazi and things. It is a good payoff for the black-red deck. Okay, they really are a Grixis deck. Looks like a spells deck. Maybe some combo stuff. They're playing Looter and Goblin Dark Dwellers and Sword of Fire and Ice. Oh no. Well, Ashiok takes a little hit here. I do imagine they go for that instead of letting us do any crazy stuff. Ashiok. So we need to plus Ashiok here. We could Heartbeat of Spring, but that gives our opponent a ton of mana way too early. So let's just plus and see what we can exile from our opponent's deck. And let's say we do Heartbeat this turn. The problem with that is we don't have any follow-up play, like a Time Walk. And they equip Sword for 1 mana. They have 6 mana left over. They get to draw a card off the Sword, and they've got 6 or 7 cards total to play with. It's just too much to deal with. So I think I'm just going to harmonize here and see if we can pick up anything better to do. Sure. The other nice part here is if they want to kill Ashiok, they either have to spend a spell to do 2 damage, or equip Sword of Fire and Ice to attack it directly. And that means they won't be drawing a card with the sword. Yep, that looks like their play. Well, we still don't know, do we? Nope, that's their play. Then, next turn looks interesting. Ancient Tomb, Heartbeat of Spring. Then we have 6 mana left over. Unfortunately, not enough of that is blue to anticipate and Jace. And unfortunately, Jace doesn't target Abbott because it has the good sword on it, the protection from blue and red sword. So what do we do here? Well, I still like this Heartbeat, and I'm going to be greedy with it and spend Ancient Tomb mana. Then I'm going to do a quick check of the deck again to see what we could possibly draw off Anticipate. We don't have many black cards left in the deck, so I'm going to use Anticipate off of our black mana here to try to get a Time Walk. Ooh, Frantic Search. Yeah, definitely want that. Okay. We have plenty of extra cards, and we just need to find something good to do. So this lets us cast Jace. It lets us do a lot, in fact. Doesn't really matter what land we use, but let's leave a black. And this could find us the Time Walk we need. It doesn't. We untap 3 lands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8, so that's Villainous Wealth for 5. First things first, let's discard some lands. And not mess up, we are going to untap lands. And they will be... yeah... it'll be a bigger Villainous Wealth next turn. So I think I want to go for that and just put Jace into play. So let's untap Forest, Island, Swamp. Doesn't really matter, I guess. And get Jace. And Jace... oh... no, I'm trying to think. That'll kill it anyway. Let's just draw some cards. And put 2 cards back. So we kind of want to hide that and put the land back. So we can put back Island and Emrakul, play Noble Hierarch, and that stops Abbott from hitting us. And it might even protect Jace. Next turn is going to be the biggest Villainous Wealth of all time. Or a pretty big Villainous Wealth, at least. So we'll have 10, 11, 13, which means Villainous Wealth for 10. We get to cast all of the top 10 cards of their deck, except lands, that cost 10 or less. As long as they don't kill us or kill Heartbeat of Spring. That should be a good play. And we do have some wiggle room here. We can counter 1-mana spells. And again, the problem with a lot of decks against Heartbeat of Spring is, yeah, they can cast all their stuff, but it's only 1-mana, 2-mana things. and maybe some of it's removal, and we only have one creature, so a lot of removal is wasted. Okay. Well, here is our deck again. Try to see when they're ready to play. They could be double queuing or something, but I do want to take a look here. Next up, it's Emrakul. Do we have enough mana for Emrakul next turn? It's 13, so no, not next turn. Or 14. I didn't count Noble Hierarch. I assumed we're blocking with it. 8 mana. You know what this might be? It might be a Rakdos return, in which case we should have put Villainous Wealth on the top to protect it from that. Mind Twist would also be really good against us, and it is Rakdos return, so ouch. That means we're still in decent shape. 13, 14. No, we're not. Never mind. I lied. But if we draw a land after our next card, we're actually in pretty good shape. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, let's save our Jace, because we do need to draw some cards here. Draw 3 cards, put 1 back, or put 2 back. Oh, perfect. I think. Put 2 cards back on the top. So cascade into Time Walk. So here's what we want to do. We want to put Emrakul back and Time Walk. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 11 mana this turn. Or we could put Emrakul back, but then our cascade, then we don't get to cast Emrakul next turn. So I think the best way to do this is to put Emrakul back, Time Walk back, play a land, Shardless Agent into Time Walk, which doesn't ruin the next draw, which is Emrakul, play Time Walk, pass the turn, then we get to Jace again, and if we find a land, we can Emrakul, so we do that. We'll put Lumbering Falls and Mystic Snake back, play the land, play Emrakul, and they don't have enough cards to survive. Yeah, they're just dead. They're just dead. We did it. Awesome. Emrakul has won us every single game. I guess it's a good card. Alright, let's begin sideboarding. They're playing Grixis. We know they have blue in the deck too, but it looks to be mostly a Rakdos deck. Rakdos red-black. Leyline of Sanctity. Can we do that plan again? I kind of like that. I don't want to get Rakdos returned any more than we have to. Taking out Hedron Archive, not the most exciting card in our deck. Anything else? Nope, that's good. I'm happy with that change. So they're on the play, makes sense. We can play out our Lumbering Falls, they're keeping, and it doesn't change our plan. Time Walk doesn't look at its best here. And they've got their early looter going. I'm just going to use Time Walk as an explore. Draw a card, play another land. Because we're not doing much else for a long time. We do have all the land we need to get to a Myr Battlesphere. We want to hold off on Villainous Wealth as long as possible, because it just doesn't look very strong yet. Lumbering Falls is 4 to activate. It becomes a 3/3 hexproof. Ooh, Jace was good. Jace returning Gutter Snipe. slows our opponent down enough. Otherwise, Jace definitely dies. And Looter Ilkor only gets to loot when it does damage to an opponent. So, yeah, let's get Jace into play. The other thing we could do is brainstorm here, but I would rather stop our opponent from developing. And we could always brainstorm next turn if they don't have something. So let's put Guttersnipe back. All right. And maybe they don't have another land. Let's see, if they attack us... No, they're going for Jace. If they attack us, it might be them trying to find a land. Okay, second main. Do they play a land? Well, they did discard a land to Looter, so maybe they just don't need it. Come on, no spell after this. Abbot? What does Abbot find? Abbot exiles a mountain. So, sequencing. They played their land before Abbot, which was just probably not right. Okay. Now, we've got some real decisions to make. Library doesn't do much on its own. Let's draw some cards. I want to get at least a little bit of card advantage off of this Jace. We're not under too much pressure, but ooh, Shardless Agent. If we hit Channel off Shardless Agent, we can go Myr Battlesphere or some crazy nonsense. We could also put Anticipate back to hit off Shardless Agent, but that's not really the best card in the world to hit, so we'll just put back a couple lands to kind of shuffle away, or put at the bottom. Shardless Agent will pass over those. Now, the only really good thing to hit here with Shardless Agent is Channel, the only crazy thing. And Villainous Wealth. It doesn't help Villainous Wealth. We don't have the Sultai mana to make use of that. Okay, Wall of Roots. Protects Jace, at least. Oh, never mind. It doesn't have Shadow, so it doesn't protect Jace all that well. And I want to play Library in case we get up to enough land to make that useful. Anticipate could find... The only reason to anticipate now would be to find Noble Hierarch, but I think we could just wait on it. So they don't know what's going on. This forces our opponent to go after Jace with the Looter, unless they find a 1 or 2 mana spell to redirect damage from their Goblin guy. Let's see. I forget its name, but it looks like they're playing it out. Nope, maybe something different. Unblockable. It also can't block. Oh no, Rakdos returned, so they are going after our Jace with something. And let's respond here. Let's respond with Anticipate. Freyalise. Does Freyalise do anything? Not really. I mean, kind of. It makes a creature every turn. That's kind of like doing something. Yeah, let's take that. And we can discard... I think we just discard our lands. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. The problem with discarding our lands is we can't play Myr Battlesphere next turn. But I also want to keep Villainous Wealth around. No, okay, let's be serious for a moment. 3, 4, 5, 6. We can have 7 mana next turn if we do Myr Battlesphere. Yeah, let's get rid of Villainous Wealth. And a forest. The plains might come in handy for the ley line. In any case, they can't do much worse to us. Looter comes in. If the Abbot comes in, we'll trade it with Shardless Agent. Next turn, I plan on doing Myr Battlesphere. Freyalise is more of a backup plan in case they do get out some giant sword of fire and ice. Here they come. And they're just looting. That's fine. Looting's really good for them. They get to flip Jace next turn and possibly return, play Rakdos Return again, which is annoying. So what's the best way to fight against this? That was exciting, drawing Ashiok. The problem is we can't do Ashiok plus anything else. And if they Rakdos Return us, that'll use up all their mana, so Myr Battlesphere can kind of go nuts. Maybe that's what we want to do. Alright, stick to the plan here. Let us play Myr Battlesphere. It's just going to be bigger than anything they have going on. Do we attack? No, let's not attack. Agent's a better blocker. So, they flip Jace, and the only thing in their graveyard now is Rakdos Return, but they could always put something else there. And it looks like Rakdos Return for 3. I mean, fair enough, we discard our hand, but we have a big board. And if they plus Jace, that's just also not that scary. Okay, so they are doing Sword of Fire and Ice. Well, it won't give it protection from Myr Battlesphere, but we'll also get to Freyalise and kill it. So they're doing like 5 to us or killing one of our Myr tokens. But yeah, it's not going to be that bad. Yep. They are going after the Myr token, which makes sense. It prevents Jace from definitely dying this turn. We can get Jace to... Oh, well, never mind. We can do it all. We need one more blue to actually do it all. But we could actually steal Abbot and then attack and kill Jace. But I'd rather take care of this pesky Sword of Fire and Ice. So let's do that. We... Freyalise minus. Attack Jace and attack PJ the Bird. The reason I'm doing it this way is if they want Jace to be at high loyalty, they'll actually have to block Shardless Agent. Anyway, it's not obvious which one for them to block, so let's use the ability. Yeah, let's tap all of our Myr tokens and redirect some damage. Maybe this was wrong. Nope, they're actually going to take it. So I think that was right to do it that way. I don't mind if Jace pluses. I just don't want Jace to minus and Rakdos return us if we can help it. So it won't be able to do that. They can easily kill Freyalise here. But I don't think they can kill us. And if they don't kill us, we've got a lot going for us. Repeal, targeting another Myr token. Fair enough. The one-card army. The Battle Ball. Alright, so they aren't getting as many loots as they could because we keep giving them Planeswalker targets. And yeah, Jace is just one dead Planeswalker over there. Unless they kill another Myr token. True name Nemesis. Can't steal that with Sower. Definitely not stealing that. And our attacks aren't even that good. We do kill Jace, that's the big thing. Then we play Ashiok. And Ashiok lives. And Ashiok living is brilliant. I do like that. And I mean, True Name is a clock, especially if they have more swords that we have to deal with, but it doesn't look like we have to deal with too much of that at the moment. In any case, we are redirecting 2 Myr taps to Jace, so it doesn't really matter who we attack. How do we do this? Yes, use the ability, tap the Myr tokens. It's like not only does it give it more power, but it also pings your opponent for as many as you tap, so it's a lot of stuff going on there. The other thing is I don't want to steal a creature. There's just no reason to. Stealing a creature like Looter means Ashiok takes less, but they might play something bigger that we want to steal later, so I'm going to hold it back. Hopefully that doesn't bite us too hard. Control magic. Yeah, perfect. So they're going to control magic our Battlesphere, and we are going to get the more recent timestamp on our control magic to override it. What did we exile, by the way? Coalition Relic and a bunch of other random stuff. So here we can't block anything. They are going after... Well, True Name's going after Ashiok. The Looter is coming to loot. And what else? Anything else? No. So let us pump up Ashiok again to see what we see. Exile the top 3. What are these? These are our revealed cards. When did we reveal Leyline? I guess when we cascaded with Shardless Agent. So we know that Leyline and Emrakul are on the bottom of our library somewhere. We hit Wall of Roots, so we know about that one. Let us loot. Pass priority. We didn't draw anything, we drew an island. Sower is a little bit fragile, but at least if they kill Sower on their own turn, they get it back tapped. Well, it doesn't matter much, it'll still have summoning sickness. What do we want to do here? They're at 15. Maybe we're actually playing a damage war. So can we do everything this turn? 4? No. Yeah, we actually can. What do we get? We got Hellrider and Batterskull. Fine to be rid of those. Okay, so let's play Sower. Steal the Battlesphere. Activate Lumbering Falls. And attack for some. I might as well attack with everything, right? If they attack us with Abbot, we could always just block with the Wall of Roots. Yeah, so they didn't want to block with anything. And I don't mind giving up the Wall of Roots. 1 more mana isn't going to make or break this game, hopefully. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the difference between 8 and 9 next turn, and Emrakul mana is way too far off to worry about. We'll need Heartbeat of Spring or Channel to get that. So that extra damage really could add up here. They could kill Ashiok here. If they don't at least damage Ashiok, oh god, then we get to put Hellrider into play, which is pretty annoying. That was really good. Kolagon's command to kill 2 of our creatures, get back Myr Battlesphere. Ashiok's taking at least 1, probably all 4. And then they're thinking about attacking us with the Abbot. And we'll let the Abbot come through. Wall of Blossoms, that's something we've got to do here. No reason to leave Library open. We're not going to get up to 7 cards, even in the best of draws. But I'm glad we have Wall of Roots open because it means we can activate Lumbering Falls. Crazy little game. Thought we for sure had this. Control Magic really kind of messed us up though. The Villainous Wealth we gave up early is starting to look really nice. So, I mean, there's nothing they could possibly do. I guess they're just double queuing here. But what do we want to draw? Something good. Forest. Not actually irrelevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we might as well just hold back on defense. 3, they're attacking for 4. Well, maybe not actually. Ugh, that was dumb. Yeah, I should have definitely attacked with the Lumbering Falls. And also we have to worry about Lava Claw Reaches, which they can't activate right now, but it is another thing that we could think about blocking. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 mana. Next turn, drawing Freyalise. Freyalise is already gone too. Gross. Alright, let's block here. Nothing else to do. Would have been nice if they were at 3. Jace might work, although, no, all of our good cards are in our graveyard. Gataxian Probe. Just to draw a card. And Wormcoil Engine. Alright, they've got us this game. And let's see what we would have gotten next. Harmonize into some more lands. Alright, what a crazy game. Song of the Dryads. That is one answer to Control Magic. And some other stuff. So I think that's worth putting in. And taking out... Leyline would still be cool, so leave that in. Maybe we don't leave Leyline in. You take out Mental Misstep. Did they have any insane turn 1 plays? Not really. Yeah. So let's try this out. Ooh. Keep this. It has Leyline, so yeah, I mean it has Leyline, it has Signet into Shardless Agent or whatever, so yeah, keep this. And we'll start with a Leyline of Sanctity in play. You have Hexproof. So no Duresses, no Rakdos Returns, none of that. As long as we remember to put it into play. That'll happen at some point here. The crazy thing is, it would be nice to start with a big colorless spell like Emrakul in our hand before casting Shardless Agent, because if we do hit Channel off it, then that's our only chance to cast it. It's not like we put it in our hand. So we'll see what we draw. but I'll prioritize getting Wall of Roots out there and Signet. Yeah, so we'll put that in and begin. No strong preference for land there. A drawing channel wouldn't have let us do anything, so we could have played Island there. Glen Elendra. So, Wall of Roots or Golgari Signet? I'll get the Signet out. To use Wall of Roots means a -0/-1 counter, and we can hold off on doing that for a bit. Now, if we do Wall of Roots and cascade into Channel, no, it still won't help with Villainous Wealth, so it doesn't really count. We need some more mana for that to be any good. Let's get Glen Elendra in play. And we can hold up blue later. If they counter this, that'd be annoying, but the only ways they could counter it are Daze, which sets them back an island, at least for a turn, and Force of Will. Both of those are card-heavy plays that set our opponent back a little bit. Force of Will means they have to discard a blue card and, less relevantly, take a damage. So what is it? Which of those things are they doing or not doing? The other side of Jace, so what's the ultimate? The ultimate mills for every spell you play. It doesn't take many spells before you're milling 15 or 20. And that's enough to win most games of Limited. And then, of course, the flashback for -3 and make something smaller. But that won't happen for a while. They have 0 cards in the graveyard. They need to put the 5th card in with Jace for it to flip. True Name. Oh boy. Alright, it's a race. It is a race. And we are now losing the race. Trading 3 for 2 damage hits. That could all change soon. Harmonize. Well, Harmonize is good. I'll put down the Glen Elendra shields for this Harmonize because it could draw us some much-needed land. And it kind of does. Let's see. Not immediately, but we can Verdant Catacombs into green for our Hierarch. And next turn... Ooh, and the Exalted off that makes... I didn't even think about that. The Exalted makes that a 3 damage hit, which is pretty good here. Okay, so now I believe we have the mana to safely hit Channel off of Shardless Agent, because we spend 3, then we have green, black, blue left over, so we channel like 10 or whatever, and yeah, they kind of see that, maybe, if they're thinking about Channel. Time Walk's another good one to hit, so this will be pretty strong. Rakdos Return, yeah, they don't need that anymore. Leyline makes that obsolete. So having their looter here to get rid of it is pretty good. No, don't kill our Hierarch. That would ruin us. We wouldn't have the blue we need left over. We are quite blue-starved. Yep, they're doing it. They are doing it. It also lets us do less damage. What do we do here? Okay, well, Frantic Search could let us draw the blue. We could, I don't know, discard Library if it comes to it. Let's find something. Discard 2 cards. Well, Song doesn't do much, so I'm going to discard maybe Wall and Jace. Jace also doesn't do much here. But Jace is a good card, though. We just need the we need the extra blue mana. That's the big problem here. And the extra card from that is pretty good. Okay, so Song doesn't do anything now. Wall could be good for a time walk. I'll just get rid of Song and Jace. It's a little weak, but they just don't help us right now, whereas Shardless and Wall do actually help us. So let's play Shardless Agent. Hopefully not go into Channel. No, Wall of Blossoms is fine though. Black. Wall of Roots. And Swamp. Yeah, I don't know, but this way does ramp us as fast as possible to a Villainous Wealth. And if we can get up to 4 at least, that at least hits things like Control Magic. Dak Faden. Dak Faden can't target us with the plus, but it can steal Golgari Signet. Oh no, that's weird. If I was them, I would definitely steal the Signet, unless they're searching for something specific. Because now we just have 1 more mana next turn. I mean, they don't know how relevant that is, but they did see Villainous Wealth when they looked at our hand. Look at target player's hand. Wait, they couldn't have. Oh. Oh, I'm crazy. Of course they couldn't have looked at us. They looked at their own hand and drew a card off of that. Time Walk. All right, we did it, kind of. Wait, did I just not counter these even though I could have? No, I don't. I think we didn't have any blue mana left open. Weird. So what were all the abilities that were used? Discards a card. They didn't use Jace. That's a little strange. They did use Dak Faden. Oh well, I guess you don't always use Jace. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are Villainous Wealthing for 5, possibly. But I kind of want to Time Walk this turn, because that kills Dak Faden. Yeah, let's do that. Attack Dak Faden. Attack Dak Faden. Rakdos Return can't target us. Of course they'll block here. Oh, they're not blocking here. They want that Abbot. Well, in any case, we'll Time Walk and then cast a bigger Villainous Wealth this turn. Alright, well, it could be something with haste, so let's get it done now. Villainous Wealth. So target opponent exiles the top X, where X is 6. And we can cast all the cards in it 6 or less, including Control Magic, Goblin Dark Dwellers. Oh, this is just insane. So Goblin Dark Dwellers takes another turn. That was like the best thing we could have done. Kolaghan's Command kills that thing. We killed Jace. We Brimstone Volley them for 5. Yeah, that was not going to be pretty. Next turn, I think we just win. without them getting another turn. Wow. All right, this deck certainly gets it done, and Leyline actually came in handy. So see you in the finals.